This Week in Gaming! Hope everyone is having another fantastic Sunday. Man, it's so crazy. It's almost like we did this 7 days ago. Like, where did the time go? It is September 7th, 2025. Happy September, everyone. Hope you guys are having fun going back to school. Unless you're Mo, you've already been in school this whole time. Fuck YouTube, I am not ready. So we have a new, curiously, Tier 3 gifted subbed Kieran Dev. This is not the Kieran Dev that we know. This is an imposter. Just want to make that clear for the VOD. But I guess he's gonna be here in spirit. Kieran's gonna be watching this and be like, wait, I wasn't there? He's gonna watch the VOD and be so confused why he's in the chat. Get fucked, Claire. Not a real fan, not watching live. What do you mean? He's right there. Anyways, let's start off with some wins and fails. We got Call Cinema, Retailer Reckoning, Strategy Shudder, Given Game, and Awesome Announcement. So let's take a look at what we have. Our first fail is going to be Call Cinema. Activision's movie! Let's go! Are you guys excited? Activision's making a movie! A studio known for some of the worst storylines in gaming history has confirmed an upcoming feature film. Paramount, the people who brought us the wonderful Halo show, will be behind this live-action project. I can already smell flop. You know it's going to be a flop because Paramount's behind it. Dude, Paramount can't make they cannot make a movie adaptation. Didn't they messed up the Halo thing, but didn't they also make something else? Let me look up real quick. Paramount video game adaptations. Oh, they're distributing the latest Street Fighter adaptation as well. I'm not sure. I can't say if the Street Fighter is good or not, but probably not. What else do they have? Oh my gosh, there's a wiki. Wait, they have a whole wiki. Paramount Wiki, films based on video games. Did they make all of these? Wait, was Paramount behind the Sonic the Hedgehog film? Because if they are, then they're actually, yeah, it was released by them. Okay, maybe they can cook. Maybe they can. Maybe it's not all lost because the Sonic movies are actually really good. Dungeons and Dragons was also good. Okay. I'm honestly, you know what? I'm with them now. I'm back on board. This could be good. What am I talking about? This is the Call of Duty movie. What are we even doing here? Who's making a movie about Call of Duty? This is making me so mad. Sorry, I'm crashing out about this. Who is this for? And I want to just point out one thing. This could have been a good movie. There's genuinely a chance that they could have made a good Call of Duty movie because Steven Spielberg was involved. Steven Spielberg, directing legend Steven Spielberg, offered to direct the Call of Duty movie. He offered. He was like, I will do this. But Activision turned him down because they wanted to retain creative control. That's the last thing they should be trying to do. To be fair, they did do Sonic. Okay. That I can give them respect for Sonic, but you also have to understand the source material makes no sense. There's no reason for a Call of Duty movie. What are they gonna do? Reznov Strikes Back? Like what is this gonna be about? They already made a film about Tetris, so this is oddly enough less weird. I guess that makes sense. Although Paramount did not do the Tetris movie. Oh. Tetris was good. Was it really? Anyways, the same people who made the story for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare rejecting the guy who made Saving Private Ryan is absolute insanity. Like, can we all just agree on that? This guy made Saving Private Ryan and Band of Brothers, the TV show. He can clearly direct a war movie. And they were like, nah. We got the experience. We're gonna keep all creative control because we made Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Because we made Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when it had the big twist where Shepard shoots you because it was all a part of the government plot to I don't know. It's so I mean, I liked a lot of the stories growing up playing like Call of Duty games, like through like the Modern Warfare series, the Black Ops series. Like I enjoyed them, but I also understood as a fucking 12-year-old that it was slop. Like nobody actually, like, if you ever played the multiplayer and you talk to people in a lobby, you go, hey, have you played the storyline? 90% of people said no. Most people don't play the story in Call of Duty. It's just slop. So the fact that these slop creators are like, yeah, Steven Spielberg, we don't need you, is crazy. Like I'm losing my mind when I read about this. It's gonna be a silent playthrough. It's just gonna be a silent playthrough. Yeah, dude, I don't know. It'll probably have trick shotters and 360 no scopers. Honestly, if they do that and they have Nicki Minaj in it, that would give me more respect than if they try to make this serious. If they try to make this serious, it's going to flop. And cameos and Nicki Minaj. Yeah, yep, there you go. We're already in the same headspace. Anyways, I'm gonna stop crashing out about this. I think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's gonna go well. I think it would have gone well if they had Steven Spielberg do it and it was just basically a World War II movie. Pretty much has nothing to do with Call of Duty, only in name alone. In fact, hang on. Boom! Make this. Just adapt this book. This is a book that my mom got me years ago because she knew I liked Call of Duty. And she thought this was related. My Life Before, During, and After the Band of Brothers. Call of Duty. Lieutenant Lynn Buck Compton. This is honestly, just adapt this book. Instant winner. Just put the Call of Duty name on it and use a real war story. Turn it into a movie. Directed by Steven Spielberg. You make $1 billion. Easily. Please, for the love of God, do not adapt this. Hang on. The last thing that we need, let me pause the music, is a movie with this scene. Hang on, I have ad blocker on, so it's gonna take like 9 minutes to load the YouTube video. YouTube's trying to crack down on this. And someone has their dumb fucking logo. We don't need it. We don't need a video. We don't need a movie adaptation of this, please. We don't. All right, welcome to the big screen. Could you imagine? XD, could you imagine that? All right, let's move on. I said we're gonna move on, we didn't move on, so let's move on. Win! Silksong crashes Steam. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Silksong released this week. Honestly, this is an old screenshot. This is from like yesterday. It might even be crazier. Silksong has had a generational success story. Like, we've talked a lot about like successful indie games. Like, we have like Lethal Company, we have Peak, we have other big indie games. I can't think of one off the top of my head right now, but those are two really recent big ones. Silksong is bigger than any of them, like all of them combined. Like, it's crazy. Like, Silksong is bigger than Marvel Rivals was. The long-awaited sequel to Hollow Knight crashed Xbox, Nintendo, and Steam's online stores as the game launched. For like hours, people couldn't download the game, they couldn't buy the game, because the whole the server for all these stores went down because so many people were buying and downloading it at the same time. The player count is astronomically high already and appears to be only climbing, and this is just on Steam. When I took this screenshot, 422,000 people were playing right now, with an all-time peak 13 hours ago at 587,000 people. That is 500,000 people online and playing this one game. on Steam, just on Steam. This isn't even like there's probably equal amounts on maybe Nintendo and Xbox. I mean, I don't know how big their player bases are. I would imagine it's pretty high. So we're talking like easily probably over 1 million people playing this all at once. And then this may be one of the most successful indie games of all time. Like it genuinely might. Like I'm not sure. Like it's too like it just came out, so it's too soon to say. But this is a insane success story, especially considering they announced the release date like 2 weeks ago. Like 2 weeks ago, they were like, "This game's coming out, by the way," and then everyone's like, "Bet we'll be there. We're gonna show up, King." Let's see the player count. Has it changed at all? Let's pull it up real quick. Okay, it's actually down. Oh no, they only have 345,000 people on Steam. What are they gonna do? That's crazy. It peaked yesterday. I don't know if it's gonna go higher than 587,000. It might. We'll see. But it's, dude, it's literally, it's number 2 in top sellers. Who's number 1 right now? Counter-Strike? No fucking way. People are still, wait, is it Counter-Strike free? Yeah, how are they gonna put a free game as a higher selling game than Silksong? Literally, the reason it's higher selling is because it's free. That's such a weird comparison. Like, actually, this game's selling a lot more because it costs nothing. I would love to see the sick day statistics for release day. That's actually a really good point. Like, there's like sick days throughout the US, and then all of a sudden it spikes the exact day Hollow Knight comes out. Get George Romero on a COD zombie story with Samantha, etc. I guess. I think they could cook if they did a zombie story instead. Maybe. If they did a zombie story, that would actually be really unique. My concern is I'm almost entirely certain that they're going to try to do a Black Ops story or a Modern Warfare story. Maybe even both. Maybe they'll mix the two. And it's going to be very bad. Because it's going to take itself super seriously. And it's not going to have any... Or it's going to have humor in it. Like a fucking Marvel movie. But it's going to be like about World War II. Or like Modern Warfare. Like Russians invading or something. I think it's going to come off in really poor taste. I really do. That's my expectation with a Call of Duty movie. Anyways, very great success story from Silksong, but they are not the only ones. I just realized you can't see this. Here, let me get rid of the chat real quick. Sorry about that, guys. As you can see, the numbers are crazy. The numbers are fantastic for them right now. Anyways, next slide is gonna be the continuation of this win. No Man's Sky also hits it big. No Man's Sky hit a 24-hour peak of 102,979 players. That is a bigger peak than ever in recent history. No Man's Sky is also receiving immense success, hitting their highest player count in 7 years. It's not the highest ever. The highest was actually on release. But in 7 years, this is the highest it's ever been, following their newest update. It's difficult to look at the state of gaming and not realize we are in an indie age. I think that's very prevalent no matter where you look. Indie games are actually beating out AAA now. It's kind of crazy. The only thing AAA has going for them right now is GTA 6. That's like the only thing that's going to be pushing numbers that's equivalent to indie games. And the crazy thing is, these indie games cost nothing to make. I mean, they cost money. Like they cost a lot of like people's hours mostly, but they're not spending $100 million on mocap suits and like writers, and they're not paying people in unions. Like it's just like people who fucking love the craft that are just making something awesome. The sick days when GTA 6 releases, I think will genuinely pause the economy. We'll pause the economy for a day. You think that so many people are not going to show up to work that businesses are going to shut down for one day? What you're telling me is you believe that an impromptu holiday is going to occur because of GTA 6. I'm not even disagreeing with you. I just think that's such a crazy expectation. I promise you that it'll happen in the UK. What do you guys have in the UK that's like for like fast food and stuff? Not sure about the rest of the world. What do you think is gonna? What do you think it's gonna be like? Oh, oi, mate! I can't go to. I can't think of like a UK place. I can't. I can't. Do you have one? I think shop workers will all be pulling sickies. Sickies? You call them sickies? Oi, brother! I think the entire establishment is pulling a sickie today. They're all playing GTA. Shops and businesses will be understaffed. What's like a popular like grocery store? I bet it's called like something like Becky's or something stupid. You guys add E's at the end of everything. Iceland. What? Asta. What the? Asta? Tesco? Oh. I bet you guys call it Teskey or something. The Teskies shut down because all the workers are pulling sickies. Asta is our version of Walmart. Is it ASDA or is it Asta? Interesting. That makes sense though. Actually, I think I heard about that. Walmart bought them out, right? Walmart purchased them. Asta. Okay, there you go. They purchased it, right? It used to be its own thing, and then they just like made it into Walmart. Asda. Got it. Anyways, the all-time peak was 9.1 years ago during the release of No Man's Sky. I'm gonna hide your chat real quick. It was 212,000 people. Kind of an insane. Honestly, looking back on it, the release for No Man's Sky was fucking bonkers. But 102,000 still extremely respectable, considering this game came out almost a decade ago. We're getting close to 10 years. I wonder what they're gonna do for 10 years. I would really like to see what No Man's Sky has in store for 10 years. I'm sure they'll do something, right? But it looks like we have 0.9 years to go, so like a year from now, and we'll probably get some cool event. Anyways, moving on, we have another fail with Firaxis. So on the other end of the spectrum, AAA studio Firaxis announced layoffs. An unspecified number of employees have been fired in order to restructure the studio. Now, rumors have it placed in the dozens, so dozens of employees may have been fired, but we don't know the exact number. It's unclear where the future of the studio may be heading, but it comes after the disaster launch that was Civilization 7. And in fact, the 7 in Civilization 7 stands for $70. Very, very overpriced game for a strategy game. Like, I understand that it's a AAA studio, but I feel like people don't want to spend $70 for a strategy game. Like, I'll pay $70 for an open world RPG that like has tons of replayability. Probably won't ever be able to finish because I have a job. But I don't know. Like, for me, like Civilization 5 was only ever worth like $20 to me. You know what I mean? Like, strategy games don't feel as worth it. I feel like it's common to spend like $20 on a strategy game and then maybe another $50 in total on like DLCs as they come out, right? Like a $20 like unit pack and like new Civilization or something like that. Like, I understand that a little bit more than $70 for a base game that doesn't work on launch. Like, that's a little too much. I don't know if you guys remember this. Civilization 7 literally did not work on launch. Most Civ games are pretty much just copied and pasted sequels. Yeah, that too. That's another big point in the big problem with the studio and the games. So I'm not sure what they're gonna do. This is by the way owned by 2K Games. And 2K has also been firing a lot of other studios and developers. However, they haven't fired anybody from Rockstar, as far as I understand, because Rockstar literally prints money, and it would be genuinely insane to even fire their janitors at this point. Like do not touch that company. Just let them cook. They only ever in the history of their entire studio's existence returned on their investments. I don't think that they've ever even had a flop. Genuinely. Like, you may joke about how like they only make one game every decade, but they at least make hitters every single time. Like it's like you have a batter that you're only ever allowed to use once per game, but it's a guaranteed home run every time they hit it. Like, it's like literally, even if it's a foul ball, they'll somehow like break space time and their bat will still hit it and hit it out of the park. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's impossible for them to not hit it. Exactly. It's pretty much the same for FIFA and COD though. COD, not so much anymore. COD's had blood in the water ever since Infinite Warfare. They really struggled with that game. The only way they even sold units was because they bundled the Modern Warfare remaster into that. You taking my message out of context. Wait, what? That was a reply to Mo. Oh. He's like, no, I'm not defending them. Why would you pay for a new Civ if you can get the old ones for less money? Oh, that play the same. Yeah, it's pretty much the same for FIFA and COD. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. The thing I don't like about COD is it's basically a $70 yearly subscription. When you think about it, is you get a new game every single year, you have to pay $70 for it. You're basically paying a subscription. And it's the same with FIFA and 2K, NBA 2K. And then, yeah, Civ, not so much though. I mean, Civ is a little bit different. Like Civ, the distance between Civ games is much greater than it is with like a FIFA or a COD game. But the features are about the same. There's not a whole lot of features that are being included. And F1, yeah, that's another good point. I've actually been thinking about making my own 4X civilization type game. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I think when I finally finish Infinium, that might be my next project. My next like side project. So yeah, we'll see about that. Anyways, let's move on to a win. Dragon Age player count. Dragon Age the Veilguard. We're talking a lot about player counts because everyone's doing really well this week. The Veilguard turned everything around this week with the player count spiking 1,525% after being added to Game Pass. It turns out, while no one is willing to pay full price, they're more than happy to download it for free on Game Pass. So, I mean, that's actually a kind of a goated strategy, I guess, if you really need people to play your game. What this teaches me is that people do want to play the game, they just don't want to pay for it. Which is really interesting. I don't know what you do with that information, because, like, obviously, at the end of the day, you need people to pay for your game. I'm sure they get some kickbacks from being on Game Pass, but they're not making nearly as much. Like, Game Pass loses money. Like, this is obviously people paying $14, maybe even $20 a month to play as many games as they want for free that normally cost $70. That's not turning a profit for those developers. It's not feasible. So we'll see how this goes. I just know that Dragon Age the Veilguard was a huge miss for BioWare in a time that they absolutely could not afford a miss. I think they ended up getting layoffs because of this game. It's whatever. Like, BioWare doesn't make good games anymore. And I think we've all kind of like accepted that. So, like, I think a lot of people don't even really talk about this game anymore. It wasn't even a bad game. It was just, like, the magic that is BioWare. Because, keep in mind, BioWare used to be amazing. Like, everything that they made was great. They made 3 really good Mass Effect games. Even the third one, which just had a bad ending, was still an otherwise good game. And once they changed the ending, people loved it. Then the first 2 Mass Effects were masterpieces. They made Knights of the Old Republic, which was a masterpiece. They made what was the other masterpiece? Oh, the other Dragon Age games like Origins, masterpieces. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they just didn't know how to make a game anymore. They made what's the Destiny ripoff that was like really bad? They made that one. Then they made a really terrible Mass Effect game, Andromeda. And then they made Veilguard, which is like even though Veilguard's like a good solid 7 out of 10 game, it's not the masterpieces that they're known for, right? Like, regardless of how you spin it, regardless of what you look at it or like do with it, like, it's not a masterpiece. Like, I would say that Dragon's Dogma, the Dragon's Dogma 3 or whatever, the one that just recently came out, that's a better game. That's like more in line with like what you would expect for like a high quality AAA RPG. Veilguard feels like a Temu version of the new Dragon's Dogma. We are literally locked into the same brain cell today, Kezi. Like, this is the 3rd time we have just said the same thing. I loved Inquisition. I was excited to play this and was just disappointed. I actually liked Inquisition too. A lot of people, that was kind of a little bit more, I guess, controversial, but I liked it. I thought it was a good game. The game just doesn't feel like the rightful successor of the previous. Yeah, that's exactly the problem. They don't seem to have what they used to have. I don't know what it is. The it factor's gone with this studio. But hey, look, if they make it for free, it looks like they can still, churn out copies. I don't know if that's useful for them though. I really don't. But I'll still give them a win for this because, they're getting their game into people's hands and people are clearly enjoying it. Like, people are playing it. The player count's spiking, which is something that they need. They really need people to remember them at this point. They need anybody to even be thinking about this studio right now. Anyways, let's move on. We have our next fail. Let's make this a little bit bigger so you can see. CD Projekt Red's big announcement. This is a fail because fans of CD Projekt Red, or fans of Cyberpunk, got excited this week for an upcoming announcement from CD Projekt Red, only to find out it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing. On a post September 1st, they alluded to an announcement coming on the 4th, only to explain it was simply part of an ARG to celebrate the Phantom Liberty expansion anniversary. So here you have it right here. Important announcement for NUSA citizens from the President Rosalind Myers. And it's this big thing. Message for NUSA citizens September 4th. So this was posted September 1st. So people think this is going to be a big announcement for September 4th. They say is once again facing mounting cybersecurity threat from those who hide the shadows to cowardly blah blah. NUSA is seeking brave netrunners to join our efforts and overcome this grave threat. Our brave agents work tirelessly to keep our country secure, maintain dominance. It's like all like in character. Like they're like almost explaining like a threat that's coming, and people are like, oh, what's this announcement coming? Is something September 4th? Like we got a big announcement, and then in like a little reply, they're just like, just FYI, this isn't any sort of announcement or reveal about new content coming to the game. It's just part of an activity tied to the Phantom Liberty anniversary we're celebrating this month. Kind of lame, I guess. It's not like they didn't do anything wrong, but people were like to give you a perspective, there were news articles being written about this, like big news coming for Cyberpunk fans September 4th. Like everyone was freaking out, like it went crazy. It was going viral, and they were like, yeah, this is nothing. This is actually just like it's just like goofs and gaffs. Like we're it was kind of a miss on their end. Again, they didn't do anything wrong. I think, like, look at this. It has 2.1 million views. This is just like a role play for their anniversary of the expansion being launched. Like, everyone thought it was so what people were expecting was that this was going to be the announcement for the next big expansion. Like people were expecting another massive huge expansion that like adds like a whole nother storyline to explain what this is about. The last expansion literally added this entire storyline, this whole new region to the game, and they added what's the guy, not Ezra Miller, what the fuck's his name, the guy who plays the Enkaida or whatever from Sonic. There it is, Idris Elba. Thank you, Cassie. I knew you would be on the same brain cell with me. Yeah, it adds Idris Elba into it. So like, I mean, it was just cool. Like it was a fantastic expansion. Everyone loved it. Everyone thought this was going to be the announcement for the next one. They're like, it's not. Knuckles is also the name you were looking for. Listen, it's been a long day. I've been up for a while already. I only had 6 hours of sleep. Not even. I had like 5 hours of sleep probably. I woke up. It was gonna be a bad day because I woke up and I thought my alarm was like an attack or something. I was like, what is that? I didn't even know what was happening. Anyways, that's it for our wins and fails. But let's get into our first story of the day. Roblox is being sued by a YouTuber. I mean, When it rains, it pours, I guess. Law by Mike has joined the rising backlash against Roblox. He will be legally representing another YouTuber, Schlep. All roads lead back to Schlep, I swear to God. In their fight against pedophilia on the platform. This is just one more lawsuit on a mountain of others from concerned parents and even the U.S. government. So if you guys remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, we talked about a family in, I believe, Idaho who are suing Roblox after their child was abducted by someone that they were talking to on Roblox. And I think it's the state of... Is it Louisiana? Is it Mississippi? It's one of the southern states. They're suing... The entire state is suing Roblox as well for not protecting children. So they're in some legal trouble. Like, even if they win all the lawsuits, even if they're found with no wrongdoing, this is A, super bad for their reputation, and B, really bad for their pocketbooks. Like, this is going to cost a lot of money to fight. And Law by Mike, while he may be a YouTuber, is also a real lawyer. So, yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. And like, I mean, you also have to understand what the lawsuits are about. Nobody wants to sit in front of a judge and explain how, like, how they let kids get touched on their platform for children. Like if you own a daycare and you have 3 people suing you, and one of them is a fucking government representative, one of them is the state. Do you really want to sit there and be like, yeah, you know, I run a daycare and all the kids got touched, but it's not my problem. I'm not the parents. The parents should have been there in the daycare with them, you know? It's like, I don't know. I think it just, like, it looks bad even if you win. There's no winning here. Talking about alarms in the UK, everyone got an emergency alert to test their phone. Yeah, we get that in America sometimes too. It'll be crazy. Like, I'll be in the office with all the other people that are working, and all of our phones will just go like like all at the same time. It's like, what the heck? It's gonna be really scary when it's like an actual real nuke going off, and everyone's phones go off, and they just see nuclear missiles inbound. You're like, well, bye everybody. That actually happened in Hawaii. I don't know if you remember this. I think it was like before the pandemic or like right after or like during. It was like it had to have been before 2020 because Donald Trump was president. This is the first time. So it was like probably 2019, maybe 2018. There was an alert that went out to everybody in Hawaii that a nuclear missile was inbound. And it was a test. It was a test, but they forgot to say it was a test. So everybody started freaking out, thinking they were going to die. And then I think it was like hours later, they were like, hey, it was actually just a test. And people were like already like fucking saying goodbye to their loved ones and like trying to like get water and like barricade themselves in their homes. And dude, it's so bad. It's so fucked up. Yeah, I remember Jim Carrey was there. I want to know what Jim Carrey did. I feel like Jim Carrey's the kind of guy to strip naked and just go, oh, like put his arms out and just accept it. Like he would do some weird shit. You ever see Jim Carrey butt-ass naked on your front lawn, you know the world's about to end. He just watched the sunset or something. Jim Carrey is just... I feel like Jim Carrey wouldn't give a shit if the world blew up. Jim Carrey would be like, this is the folly of man. There's a video of him explaining his experience. Wait, we have to look that up. We have to, I know this is going to make the episode go on longer, but... Hawaii missile, it literally comes up. Oh, he's gone on multiple different talk shows and talked about it. He talked about it on the Jimmy Fallon show and on BBC America. Why is there a BBC America? We don't pay your guys' taxes. Why is there the British Broadcasting Channel America.
Are
That doesn't
you
make any
writing,
sense.
Or have you finished a memoir?
I just did a memoir/novel. Took me 8 years to do.
Wow.
With a friend of mine, Dana Vachon, and
I don't
it's a
really like
study
the
of
new
persona and the fallacy
setup
of the
for
human
YouTube,
being.
by the way. Their new UI.
Yeah,
like I like some of it, but I dislike a lot of it as well.
Everybody who creates a persona and is
All right, talk about the missile.
There was a missile alert
There
in
it is.
Hawaii a little while back, and I was in Hawaii.
Was this the thing where they texted everybody?
Well, it was an alarm on the television. It was crazy, and my assistant Linda, who lives on the other side of the island, called me crying, and she called me crying and said,
This isn't funny, but in hindsight, it is funny.
And what should we do? The missiles are going to land, and that picture on the front of my book is an accidental screen grab that she did because she was so tense. So that's my face when I believe that I have 10 minutes left to live.
Wow.
And it's, yeah, it really is. It's like that's 10 minutes left. That's the face. And it was more, the feeling was, wow, that's kind of weird. What a funny way for it to end. You know, and I went into this time of the last 10 minutes thinking she said, should we get in the car? Should we all try to meet up? And I said, I don't want to die in my car. And then I sat down, and this overwhelming sense of peace came over me.
I told you, he would just be okay with it.
I started to go through a list of gratitude for my life, for everything that had happened. And about 2 minutes left to go, I thought I'll just close my eyes. And then I got the information that it wasn't real. But I know what it's going to be like in the last 10 minutes if I was to know that it was going to end. So it's kind of a unique place to be, you know, to be able to sit back and
the way he's delivering this while smiling. I know what I'm going to do when the world ends.
At the 8-minute mark, when somebody said, oh, by the way, that's not happening. Was it...
No, the 2-minute mark. We were down to 2 minutes.
Oh, it was down to 2 minutes.
Down to 2 minutes.
Was
Okay, so
sense
it took...
of relief, or was
It
there
took
a
about
tiny
8
bit of
minutes for them to tell
disappointment?
people that they weren't going to die.
I was pissed. I was like, okay, who do I have to call? What do I do here?
I was ready for this.
Yeah, and they said something like,
I would be
"Don't
really
push the
pissed
wrong
too.
button." I'm like, come on, it's not that much of a family business on the island, is it really? I would hope there's a process. You know? Don't miss
That's funny.
an all-new
That's so funny. I know this has nothing to do with Roblox being sued for pedophilia, but it's still so funny. YouTube looks different for me. Yeah, they updated it. Did they not update it for you yet? They didn't. Yeah, so let's talk about this real quick. This is kind of gaming news, right? Not really, but so YouTube has a new it has a new. It's still loading. It has a new UI. So this is all the same. Everything here is the same. But you go into theater mode. Now theater mode takes up the entire screen. And if you... So one thing I don't like about this is they did add a and you can even open up comments while you're in theater mode, which is kind of cool. But I would have really liked if they had like the channel as well. The channel name is strangely really difficult to find on some of these channels. This one's easy. It says the Tonight Show starring Jimmy. Of course, it doesn't even show the full name, which is kind of annoying. Like, look at all the space that's not being used. Like, this space right here is not being used. They could fill it with the rest of the fucking name. But anyways, there have been some, and I don't know why. I swear this happens, but it's not happening now. Sometimes, like, you have to go down here and find the channel name. It's not up here for whatever reason. I swear I've seen it happen, but I don't know if they updated it and changed it. I really didn't like that. But it's becoming increasingly hard to find the channel name or like just information on the channel. I think it'd be really cool if we had the channel name somewhere around here. We have the title, and if you scroll down, it just gives you more recommended. You can't like scroll down and like see the channel or anything. The way that theater mode used to work is it would just crawl out to over here, but now it's basically like almost full screen, except you still have your windowed. It's like windowed full screen basically, and then this is full screen. So yeah, they did update YouTube. As far as I know, just those two things, theater and full screen. You still have the old design. Maybe it hasn't been pushed to Germany yet. It might be testing in America. I know YouTube does like to test in different regions to see how people react to changes, especially with ads. One thing that they'll do a lot, and you'll know that they've changed something about the ads, because you might not notice the ads are different, but you'll get a random like it always has that little song like dun dun dun, and it's like a fucking 5-second skippable ad, but it asks you like a poll, and it's like, how do you feel about ads lately on YouTube? And it's like good, bad, great, or something, neutral. And if you see that, it means that they've changed something recently and they're trying to see if you're pissed off about it. So when you see that, it's very good to always just be like, I'm not happy. Anyways. Unless they change something that you noticed is good. I don't know. But I remember they did that once they changed the way ads work. You used to see a countdown from when you can skip. It'd be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, skip. They got rid of that, so you don't actually know how long it is. And I counted it one time, and it was 6 seconds. I was like, those motherfuckers increased the time it takes to skip the ad because they just got rid of the countdown. And they didn't think people would notice. I noticed. I got a good internal clock, and that pissed me off. Anyways, moving on. Valve's new trademark. Valve may have leaked the new name of their VR device, codenamed Deckard. They trademarked the name Steam Frame under a new category that would fit under a new VR device. The way trademarks work is you have to give them classifications, and they classified this as computer hardware, computer peripheral, and like other things like that. But those are like the two most important parts. And this indicates more than anything that it's likely going to be a VR headset. And data miners also found evidence of the word overlays being renamed to frames. And it looks like in a lot of Steam's internal coding and like networking, they're going to be using the word frames a lot more in terms to regard to certain UI elements in the VR space. So I really think that this is probably going to be the name of their newest VR headset, which is honestly something that they probably should have made a while ago. Like the Steam Index was great when it came out, but it's a little bit outdated now. We talked about this last week. Valve really likes to do generational leaps, and I think right now is the perfect time for a generational leap with their Index. I think the first thing I would like to see is the price come down. I don't think we will, especially with like the way inflation's worked. It'll probably be even more expensive than it was before. Honestly, it would be a blessing if it just stayed the same price it was, which was I think $1,000. If they release the next one for $1,000, we'd probably be lucky. I think what they'll do is we won't have lighthouses anymore. They'll find a way to make lighthouses not necessary, and the controllers will be updated. And I'm really hoping that they do this because the controllers were great. They can map all of your fingers. They were called the Index controllers. They were really cool. And one thing I really didn't like, though, is the buttons. My hands get really sweaty when I'm playing VR. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you played VR, but like you're moving a lot. Your hands get kind of clammy. Like maybe you're playing a horror game. Your hands get sweaty. Like my palms would literally get sweaty while I'm playing VR. What the fuck's the game called? Shit, what's the game called? The really popular indie game, Phasmophobia. When I'm playing Phasmophobia in VR, I'm getting sweaty palms because I'm terrified. And what happens is the buttons on the Index controllers, they do this weird thing where it's like it almost thinks that your fingers are touching the contacts because the sweat marks are triggering the touch sensor. What do you? I don't even know what they call it. You'd have to use the controllers to know what I'm talking about. They have like IR sensors that can check how far away your fingers are without even touching it. So like you can move your finger closer to the triggers and it knows your finger's about to touch the trigger. So like you don't even like you're not even touching the trigger, but your finger in game will do this, like knowing that you're getting close. But if you leave a little glob of sweat on the trigger and you lift your finger up, your finger will be like doing like this in the game, and maybe even sometimes trigger, or like maybe not on the triggers like shoot, but on some of the other buttons, yeah. Like there's like little touch scroll wheels, and those will get stuck because of sweat. I know it's a really gross, like specific issue that I had, but I would really like to see them fix that. I just realized I just went on a rant about the index controllers, but I have a pair and I like playing in VR. I like Steam VR, and I'm in the market for a new headset. I haven't gotten a new headset since 2016, 2017. I have the original Vive with some index controllers, and it's cool. I like it, but I could use an upgrade, and I think that this is the perfect time because it's outdated as hell. I've been looking at what the competitor has. What the fuck's their name? Meta with their the Oculus. The Oculus is honestly pretty cool. I mean, just being able, like, I was dating a girl that brought hers over, and I was doing something on my computer. She's like, you can do that. I'm gonna go play my Oculus. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you can just set it up in my room? She's like, yeah. She like put the headset on and just like start going. She's like playing like Beat Saber or something. I'm like, that's fucking sick. Like, honestly, I wish I could do that with the Index, but the Index, you gotta drill some holes in the wall and you gotta plug it into your PC and don't get me wrong, it's the best VR experience you'll ever have, but there's a huge setup involved. Anyways, sorry. I know that I've just been ranting about VR headsets, so I'm just excited about this. I would like to see if they do go ahead and do this with the Steam frame. Some people thought that this was going to be another home console, like the Steam machines were, but more people are thinking that it's probably going to be another VR device. Anyways, moving on, we have a Life is Strange TV show. Amazon Prime Video is making an adaptation of Life is Strange. It will be written by Charlie Koval, who looks like she identifies as Harry Styles. I don't know why I wrote that there. That's just so fucking funny, and it's kind of true. Also, I don't think she's a she. When I looked up their profile, it kept calling them they, so I think that they're non-binary. I don't really care. I don't really care. I don't know them. I don't know what their pronouns are gonna be, or I don't know what their pronouns are. I don't think it fucking matters. But if they don't identify as she, it's even funnier that I say it that she identifies as Harry Styles. Because they just like, they don't look. All I'm saying is this is a person that doesn't look like they identify as themselves. You know what I mean? Look at the fucking hair. Anyways, this will likely be an adaptation of the original 2015 game's story. And honestly, I think a lot of people, elephant in the room, with a non-binary director who looks like Harry Styles, it's going to be woke as shit. It's going to be super, super woke. It's probably going to have a part where they look at the camera and they're going to be like, women, go out and vote because the patriarchy is trying to stop us and we need to conglomerate power. And then there's going to be like a crowd of other women. They're going to start clapping. So there's going to be scenes like that. But honestly, that's not too far off from Life is Strange. Like, Life is Strange was already pretty like liberal and woke. And a lot of people dislike that about it. I love the games, to be honest. I know I'm roasting them, but I actually love Life is Strange. It's one of the only games I've 100%ed on Steam, and it's still my, honestly, literally, I know this is going to take a huge turn, and a lot of people are going to be like thinking I'm going with the Republican take here. I love the game so much. Check this out. If you go to my profile, you'll actually see Life is Strange on there. Oh wait, did I take it down? Oh no, my art's gone. Oh, I replaced it with my game stuff. Hang on. I replaced it with my dumb game dev stuff. Is it in here? There it is. This used to be my cover photo. This is artwork I did for Life is Strange. Look at this. I made this. This is Chloe Price, I believe. Or maybe this is Maxine Caulfield. I think this is supposed to be Chloe Price. She's standing there in front of a burning forest because this is a scene that happened in the game. Like the whole forest burnt down. Anyways, I think this is from the sequel. It doesn't matter. I love the series, and I'm actually kind of excited about this. I'll probably watch it. In fact, I know I'm going to watch it. And it's being made by Amazon Prime Video. And Amazon Prime Video also made the Fallout show, which was really good. Prime Video's honestly been making a lot of really good shit, except for Lord of the Rings. I don't know what the hell happened there. I couldn't tell you. That was really, 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 really bad, and they should take it back and apologize. Anyways, Ick, live action Infinium, that would be cool. Thanks for pinning that. Yeah, we'll get right on it. We'll hire Charlie Koval. And they'll make the plot, and it'll be like we'll have like a bunch of like non-binary elves and stuff. It'll be sick. And there'll be a scene where they're like, we need her to storm the gates. And then the non-binary elf will be like, it's they, them, and I'm going to storm the gates. I don't fucking Anyways. I don't know why I'm roasting them so much. I really don't have a problem with this. I'm just going for the low-hanging fruit. They look like Harry Styles. I literally cannot get it on my head. Look at them. I need to show you more. It's Harry Styles. Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, find the difference, Impossible Edition. Oh my gosh, what? Oh, what? They actually look so much like Harry Styles, as much as like people of opposite genders could look like each other. I mean, come on. Like, what the fuck? What is happening here? There's a glitch in the Matrix. Looks like the type of person to have a sex change and still be gay. What's that? Wait, what does that mean? The type of person to have a sex change and still be gay. Like they transition from male to female or female to male, but they like men, which is gay, or because it's kind of gay either way, right? But it's technically straight if you're. That's the thing that's always confused me, is like I see this all the time. There's a couple, one of them transfers from male to female, the other one goes female to male, and then they date and they call themselves gay. And I'm like, I mean, it's just like, am I wrong in saying that it's a straight relationship with extra steps? Like, why is this becoming an LGBT? This is getting way too philosophical, but they turn male and still like men. But that's kind of straight though, right? Am I wrong? LGBTQ. Oh my god, LGBTQ. Oh my gosh, LGBTQ plus roast. It should be LGTBBQ roast. There you go. Pin it, Mo. Zeta BB. Okay, boss. Wokeware and gay me development streamer. What is happening with you? Honestly, the spelling mistakes from you make me believe that you are Parzival. You have to be. HDMI PS5. Anyways, I want to be clear. I have no problems with gay people. I've always been pretty open about myself and being for the movement. I just think that a lot of it's very silly. Like, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with recognizing that, and I think a lot of people, it's very sensitive, right? A lot of people don't like to even like oh, if you talk bad about your own group, like then you're betraying them. But it's the same thing with the Republicans. I don't know why, but like if you I don't mean to get political, but like Republicans like always lockstep, and if you even like mention the Epstein files, like you're like, I actually don't like pedophiles. It's like, wow, you're really a traitor to the party, aren't you? Is this gaming news? It is gaming news. It is. Anyways, let's move on to the next topic. Light No Fire's Oceans. Hello Games' upcoming open world RPG will take place on a planet that is 1-to-1 the size of Earth. That's crazy. I don't think anyone's ever tried this. I think people have thought about this, but no one's actually really went out and done it. I mean, I guess you could say Minecraft is bigger than Earth, but no one's made a game that's literally a planet that's the size of Earth. They just make a map that's flat, technically. It's a flat Earth, and that's the size of Earth, right? Or like even bigger, like it just, because it's just procedurally generated, it keeps loading. But I mean, the people who made No Man's Sky, they've got lots of planet tech, right? So why not just use all that planet tech of this giant galaxy they made, condense it down into one planet, and just do the same thing? It's like basically No Man's Sky, but one planet. Honestly, a genius idea, and I think they can pull it off. I really, really do. I know I said this about No Man's Sky. I was like, No Man's Sky is going to be great when it comes out. I pre-ordered it. Like I've said, it's the only game I pre-ordered other than Cyberpunk. And I was wrong then, but honestly, I think I can do it. I really do. And they've been using the same technology from No Man's Sky directly in this game. So this is going to be an open world RPG. This is going to be more boots on the ground. There's not going to be spaceships. It's going to be like more medieval, my understanding is. More fantasy. And this week they announced that this world will include oceans. So vast that you'll need large ships crewed by all of your friends in order to traverse them. So there's going to be like giant oceans that you'll have to like traverse with an actual sail, like a sailing ship or like a big ship that's crewed by people. I think that's so cool. This reportedly uses technology from No Man's Sky's recent Corvette update, by the way. So the Corvette update are these big spaceships that you can build modularly, and it has like technology. So like you can it's like the if you ever played Star Citizen, it's the same thing where you step into the Star Citizen and you're like in like a local gravity field. So like this ship can like maneuver and like do all sorts of things, and you won't like fall out of it. Like you'll stay in the ship, you'll stay grounded on it. It'll be the same thing with this, where like the ship moves and it's like modular, you can adjust it, but people stay on it. And I think the idea is that they can create these big vessels that are seamlessly interactable but also part of the world. And I think that's a really cool thing. I feel like we're seeing little bits of parallels between the game development of No Man's Sky and this game. I almost feel like it's 1-to-1. Like as they add a new update to No Man's Sky, you should expect inversely some sort of addition being added to this game. And I think we'll see that a lot more in the future, which is honestly genius. I don't know if people are even realizing this, but they're literally developing 2 games at once. And I think that's so smart and so cool. And I think that if you like No Man's Sky, you're probably going to like this, because it's going to be the same DNA. It's going to be the same thing. It's one to keep an eye on. Wishlisted it? Yes. It's also one of the most wishlisted games on Steam right now. So you're not alone there. A lot of people, yeah, Sea of Thieves 2.0. But that's the thing, is this isn't just Sea of Thieves. This is just like one portion of the game. Like it's you know, it's you know, there's this vast world, and like you can happen to do oceans, but you can live in entirely landlocked regions and never touch water if you want to. I'm really excited for this. The first thing I want to do is I want to get into this game, and I want to stake my claim somewhere as soon as possible, and I want to build a kingdom or something that'll like hopefully stand the test of time. That's my goal here. Because one thing I like about, and I don't think people quite understand this about No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is like a ever-evolving universe where like you can go to a planet, and if you discover that planet, that is discovered by you. It'll have your name on it forever. Anytime any other player goes there, it'll say discovered by Zen. There's a community expedition right now, and there's currently like 100,000 people all in the same area in the galaxy. Every single planet around me has been already claimed. They've already been like discovered. And so I developed technology that allow me to go to planets that most other people can't go to because they don't have the proper warp drive to get there. So I'm like developing a better warp drive quicker than everyone else, so I can get to these like more complicated systems, and I can claim it with my name. And like I love doing that kind of thing, because I feel like I'm I'm being involved and I'm like putting my name down on something that can't be erased. And I want to do the exact same thing in this world. This is a giant Earth-like world, and I'm certain that there's going to be like, if you're the first one there, it's going to be like the land claims from the Kansas. What are they? The Kansas races or whatever, where people would go out with flags and try to claim like 20 acres of land in Kansas in early America because they had so much land they just needed to give it away. Like I would love to be able to do something like that. So that's what I want to do with this game. Like that's my first thought. It's like I want this to be my area, and it'll be that way forever. You know, players will play it, 5 years from now and be like, wow, look at that old kingdom. Like I wonder what player did that. I don't know. I really like that stuff, and I think No Man's Sky, or just Hello Games in general, does it better than everyone else. And they're really good at just making these community-built worlds that are seamless and I don't know, full of player contributions. I love it. So I'm excited for this. I can't gush about it enough. I really like No Man's Sky. I've been playing it a ton lately. What song is that? Oh, that's Pokemon. That's Pokemon. I was like, what? I know it's a Nintendo song, but what do I recognize it from? Anyways, let's move on. I can't just keep gushing about this. It's been an hour in this episode, and we haven't really had a whole lot of topics. I think we have less slides than last week. So that's it, actually. Let's go on to our pro tip of the week. It was talked about in Mo's stream. Avoid if statements. This is for my coders out there. Mathematical reasoning may be regarded rather than mathematical reasoning may be regarded rather schematically as the exercise of a combination of two facilities, which we may call intuition and ingenuity. And that's a quote by Alan Turing. Turing? Jeez, it's been a long stream. Alan Turing, one of the godfathers of computing. I know he's not technically the godfather. I know there are people who have, I guess, claimed that title, but he's one of the most influential computer scientists of all time. On the topic of gaming, he was also gay and persecuted for it very tragically. He was like, the Brits did this, by the way. The Brits are the bad guys here. They persecuted my boy, and he like won the war for them, and they killed him, or drove him to kill himself rather. But yeah, fucking tragic story. This is the guy who broke the Enigma code that the Nazis used, that allowed them to encrypt all of their messages. So this guy made a machine, made one of the first computers, and he found a way to break their encryption. And for a while, the Allies could just hear every fucking thing the Germans said because of this guy. If you're not aware, that's a big advantage in a war. if you know exactly what your enemies are saying. They're like, yeah, we're gonna attack this this city tonight. Good for games, don't touch water and don't clean yourself. Good for gamers, yeah. So that will be my strat when I play Light No Fire. I just won't touch any water. Anyways, let's talk about it. If is a powerful tool and one of the first a new coder will learn. However, an over-reliance on the statement is often seen as amateurish. Instead, you may save space in your code by using something like a switch statement, wherein you choose an outcome based on an integer rather than a bool. This way you can construct a list of multiple different values rather than doing something like if, else, if it works. Oh, but you're so funny, Kezi. Anyways, here's an example of a code just like that. So in this one, there's an if statement if player is not null. I mean, you can have an if statement. If you use like an if statement one time, it's whatever. Like people use if statements all the time. It's just checking a bool. But you shouldn't be doing like, if you have a list of things of outcomes you want, you shouldn't be doing if this, then do this, else if do this. Like you shouldn't do that. It's messy and it's too long. Instead, you can do switch, and then you can do this as an integer being fed in, and you have case 0, 1, 2. So these are 3 different switches that you can do based on an integer. So you could do like 100 of these. Instead of doing if, you can do one integer, check, and it'll just do whichever one it is. So if the power-up ID is, for example, 1, the player.activate speed boost. So this will do like a speed boost. Or if it's power ID 0, it'll do activate triple shot. Or if it's 3 or 2, it'll do activate shield. And it's so much simpler, and it looks a lot better. It makes it look like you know what the fuck you're doing. Things like this are very helpful. The important thing is don't build trees. wait, I thought we were supposed to build trees to save the environment. Don't write if ... and do if... Oh, do this. Yeah. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. So don't do if, and then it builds like another... Oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? I see what you mean. I see what you mean. What they do that here. So they do if brackets. You're saying they shouldn't do that? Because there are cases where you'll need to do something like that. I really hate your player line in the example code. Yeah. Because they have the break here, which is how it knows to stop, right? I think what you're trying to get at is you don't want to put anything in these brackets oh my gosh, my brain's fried right now. I think is your issue that you have to like put a break in it or like a return value, or is it if all else fails use UE? It's funny because you said if and else in the same sentence. There is no else, so you don't need to add another depth. Yeah, but not the case you were showing right now. Oh, okay. Player line in the example code. Oh, this player. Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, if. Yeah, see, there's 2 ifs. Like that's why this was the only thing I could find when I looked it up. I looked up Unity. I should have just cut this out because there is 2 if statements here. It kind of defeats the purpose of what I'm trying to say, and it's also out of context. So I don't even know what col compare tag player is, or if player does not equal null. I don't know why these are there. I just wanted to show the switch, because the reason I wanted to show that is because I had an example of C# switches that was completely different. Unity is kind of like different with the way that they do their wording and the way that they structure out their switch statements. So I just wanted to find one. And yeah, you're right. This is that's why I immediately skipped this when I was explaining it. Yeah, I don't know what any of this means or what it's for. I do think that these are a little bit counterintuitive. You can just write if player equals null return. Yes. Okay. You're totally right there. And that's something that I've learned very recently. Not very recently, but there's something I've been learning to use more often, I should say. So instead of saying, what the fuck? Oh, these are my editor logs. I don't know why these are still open. Hello? Okay. I've never seen this. Notepad crashed. Notepad just crashed. That's crazy. Can you close? Hello? I don't want to even open this. It's opening like a billion lines of text from an editor and it's crashing itself. Okay. So, for example, I'm gonna give you guys a quick coding lesson real quick. So, if player equals null, you do return. I don't know if I did that correctly, but yeah. So instead of doing that, or this is what Mo's getting at. You shouldn't do this. Equals null. Do not do this. This is dumb. This is fucking, you just added you added 3 lines that don't need to exist when you could have done this all in 1 line. Pretty easy. This is a good way to do an if statement. If something, then do something. No? What do you mean no? What do you mean no? I mean something different. But my point still stands. Don't do stuff like this. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. And you don't need to add another depth to the method. Oh, I see what you mean. But we're saying the same thing. This is adding another depth to the method. I'm waiting for you to reply, but you're taking. He's probably typing up a storm. This guy's be yapping. Anyways, that's all I'm trying to get at. Use if statements less often than you need to. Keep in mind, an if statement is a bool, which means true or false. It's two values. There's only two values you can get out of this if statement. If you want to do like a ton of different things, like if, just do a switch. You can do a switch. You can do an integer. An integer is what's I can't remember. What's the number? The highest number for an integer? What is the highest integer value? 2,147,483,647 different possible options you could do with an integer. So yeah, use integers. And this is just like one case. There's an infinite number of ways that are better that you can use to avoid if statements. There's gonna be different use cases. A switch won't work for everything. Sometimes you'll need to do like an if, or like I don't know. There's like you could do like an array or something. Like there's all sorts of different things that'll work for different methods. Oh my gosh, he posted something in the Discord. All right, let's check it out. You need to fix your game. No one plays Infinium. It's not out yet. You little shit. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna dox my DMs real quick. Private void don't. If player does not equal null, ... Player private void do. If player equals null, return. Oh, I guess, yeah. I see what you're saying. You can do the opposite and just do return. So instead of checking if the player is not null, then doing something. Yeah. I mean, this is basically the same thing. Like, I see what you're doing. You're just saying, like, if you're trying to check if it's not null, and then do a thing. Wait. No, actually, you lost me. Why are you switching the values? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Makes it easier to read/fix the code later. We're saying the same thing, but we're talking about like different problems. We're both saying not to add depth. Add depth to your story, not to your code. That's actually a really baller line. Let's end it on that. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. All right, whatever. Moving on. Community highlight of the week goes to Kezi again. Kezi's the only person who's been using that update section. I think we should see some more from other people. Just saying, but Kezi's magic and UI menu and time jump update is crazy, dude. This game looks amazing. I like the weekly glaze. I think this is crazy because he has a time skip mechanic that works like Kerbal Space Program. It's not just moving the time faster, it's moving like the simulation time. So like your character moves faster, the animations move faster, everything is moving at a quick pace. You try this in Unity and it will break things. It will break things entirely 100% of the time every time. It can't compute things at the same speed as it can at real time. So if you speed it up, it'll get things wrong. So like physics, especially like if you had like a ball bouncing, for example, on a ground, and then you increase the time scale, it'll bounce and it'll like go through the ground. Because the physics can't keep up with it. So I'm not sure if that's a difference with Unreal Engine. If it is, like the Unreal Engine doesn't get wonky with increased time scales, that's actually really cool. Yo, welcome in, Parzival! Outdated VOD? What do you mean? This was the latest one I had when I made the thing. Anyways, I like how there's just a guy dancing. And then he added a torch, which is cool. I like the lighting. Zen. Latest vid. All right, I'll pull it up. You posted this at 8:51 a.m., you psychopath. What do you think, I'm still working on it at 8:51 this morning? Like, I would have to be so late. That's cool. You got, so you really do, you're really going for a Fable vibe, because you have to unsheath your weapon just like in Fable. Like, there's even like different states of like weapon in and out. I think your sword is a little bit off from your body though. I feel like it should be a little, it's also like, I feel like that's too large to put on your hip. It's like a claymore. Holy shit, that sword's huge. What is this? Hang on, there's audio. It's like whispers. Oh, and it stops as soon as I fucking... What is that? Creepy ass audio. It's your ancestors calling. Oh, it's those. That's what the voices were. So I'm not crazy. It's just my ancestors. Good to know. All this time I thought I was a psychopath. I thought I was just losing my mind. Total psychosis. What is happening there? Are you shooting a fireball or something? I see like a light appearing in the distance. That's it? Wait, what? Wait, wait. I'm sorry, wait. Is this... This is so confusing. You have this is part of the video. I thought this was the... I thought someone like hacked my computer for a second. So the ending is showing... So you've screen recorded a different YouTube video. Probably your VOD, I'm assuming. This is so janky. And then you can see your mouse. I thought that was my... I was like, is someone taking control of my computer? That's funny. No, LOL. He tabbed out of the game to show you his YouTube. Huh? Oh. Yeah, he closed the game and you can see he was looking at a video called Best OBS Settings. Oh, that's so funny. I like how you have like OBS best settings, record settings, and then fucking and then I show speed and got about to get his shit pushed in by Mr. Beast as a guard in some random skinhead jail prisoner, that's the word, that's what you call someone in a jail. What the fuck? Oh, that's funny. Anyways, yeah, that's super cool. Go ahead and check out Kezi's channel. This goes by Kezi2536. He's doing great. You're doing a... Wait, I forgot. You also... You're the You're like a really good modeler, right? You modeled all of this in Unreal? I forgot about this. This is amazing. It was like the first thing you showed us. That's so cool. Anyways, that's it for today's gaming news. I want to thank everybody who watched this, and I want to thank anybody who may be watching the VOD. I know that we kind of went on a lot of tangents today. Today was only 16 slides, which isn't even that long for most of our presentations, but it's been an hour and nearly 20 minutes. Fuck you, Clarent. There you go. Yeah, this is for Clarent watching. Fuck you. You should have been here. Watch live, you bitch. Yep, there you go. He became the exact thing he hated. He used to say fuck YouTube at the end of every stream. Now look at where he is. Look how far you have fallen, Clarent. Anyways, that's about it. I will see you later, YouTube. Bye.